G'day folks, welcome to an OCC Queensland Daily Weather App. Today the 16th of March 2023. My name's Chris Nitto. This update brought to you by our major sponsor townsvillesheds.com. Check them out if you're in the market for a shed-safe accredited shed. Thanks to Meteorologics.com and the European Ensemble, we can see here that over the next 3 or 4 days there's a low pressure system remaining relatively slow moving between New Caledonia and Vanuatu. As we progress into early to mid next week, we see that low gradually pushing from this area back towards the west, but you'll notice that the probabilities decrease, which means that the system is expected to be weakening as it tracks west across the Coral Sea. More details are available at join.ozcyclonechasers.com.au in our subscription options. This one, the eyewall and the eyewall light. But the key take-home understanding is that that system will be weakening as it tracks west across the Coral Sea. We've got another circulation just here in the northeastern Coral Sea. We are keeping an eye on that. There doesn't appear to be too much substance to it, but we will be keeping a close eye on anything that rotates out there over the next few days. The other area of rotation that's going to form over the next few days is a weak circulation up here to the north of the top end, and it's going to track southwestwards. Outside of that, what we're looking at the moment is some decaying convection across central Queensland. A few showers this morning around the Wide Bay coastline. Outside of that, some morning storm activity across the southwestern parts of the Cape, and on the northeast Cape we see quite a few showers this morning. These showers are gusty at times. Compared to yesterday, today's instability levels are much weaker, the only exception being far northern inland Queensland. So we will see some slightly stronger storm activity up there in the far northern interior. Outside of that, just some very weak shower activity and maybe a weak thunderstorm or two around the place in central eastern Queensland on the escarpments. But quite clearly there, compared to yesterday's levels of instability, this is much, much weaker instability today. And the other area of interest, of course, is up around the northern Cape York Peninsula this afternoon. Right, so as we go through the day, we can see convective activity around the southwestern parts of the Cape, and you can see this isolated convective activity across the eastern seaboard, eastern escarpment area, not necessarily the eastern seaboard, and the eastern interior. There's not too much substance to that, but I'm sure if you get under it, you'll get a few mils out of it. They're going to be relatively patchy and relatively weak convective activity there. As I mentioned, the northern interior, that does have the potential to produce a bit more rain, but also B, a little bit more strength and substance to the convection up there. And the other area that we're watching, of course, is the northern Cape York Peninsula for some gusty showers and maybe even a gusty storm or two developing up there in the northern Cape today. As we go into the overnight period tonight, you can see a few showers sort of popping up on the north tropical coast and the Herbert coastline as well through the nighttime hours. And overnight convection is expected across the far northern interior into the Cape. And you can see that convection pushing offshore early in the morning tomorrow and pushing further away from the coast into the Gulf. And just a quick heads up into tomorrow, we can see once again more of that very isolated patchy convection across the eastern escarpment regions and the eastern interior in northeast Queensland. Rainfall between now and tomorrow morning. We can see scattered showers and thunderstorms far northern parts into the Cape and far northern Cape into the Torres. Some nice falls there as well with those showers. Also notice some convective activity in the afternoons, and then overnight the opportunity for some showers to pop up on that north tropical coast and the Herbert coast, particularly the Herbert coastline. And then further southwards we can see these isolated afternoon showers that might pop up around central eastern Queensland. Look, if I was to look at anything more specifically here, it'd be in this area sort of east of Emerald, west of Rocky. Could be a couple of storms involved in there as well. For the boaties, this is the last good day around the boating waters of Queensland. Except for Cooktown to Lockhart or Cooktown to Bamaga, where the southeasterlies are kicking up a little bit extra. We can see here, the rest of us, nice light wind regime. The only exception being the sea breeze. Be aware the sea breeze coming in. If you're not aware of that, you're probably not a boatie. 10 to 15 knot sea breeze could come in the afternoon. As we go into the overnight period, you can see here a little bit of a northwesterly flow in offshore waters across the Gold Coast area, and the southeasterlies are maintained in between Cairns and Bamaga. The expectation as we progress through Friday into the weekend are the southeasterlies will become established right through central and north Queensland and will make it prohibitive for anyone trying to get out on the water over the weekend. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget our subscription service if you want to know more details, and thanks for watching this video. Talk to you tomorrow.